Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, this is the second video that I'm going to do on graphing functions. So I'm going to actually do a couple graphs and plot them and show you basically how you could use your calculator to do this. All right, so very first thing you see, we have a function g of x equals the square root of x plus 3. Now, if you understand the transformation, so this is x plus 3. Remember, that's like inside the parentheses. So whatever the function is going to get shifted 3 to the left because this is a plus 3. Now, but let's just go ahead and graph it. So we're going to make this g of x, and then we're going to do the square root of x plus 3, press enter, and of course it gets moved. You can see it got moved over 3 to the left. Now, we need to be able to find some points. So I think there's a point here, so I'm going to do menu 51. I'm going to use menu 51. Now, it gives us a 0, but that 0 is not a whole number. It's got a decimal. We don't want that. So I'm going to go all the way over here. And basically, it tells me that the 0 is a -3, 0. And then I'm just going to go to the next one. I'm going to type in a -2. Let's see, -2, 1. So I can use that point. If I put in a -1, that gives me a decimal, so I don't want that. I know that the next one isn't working, so I'm going to put in 1, and it tells me 1, 2. Let's see. Is there another point? Yeah, there's one right about here. So let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I type in 6, let's see what yep, it's 6, 3. So I've got 4 points. So now all I have to do is plot them. So let's just plot these. One of the points is here. One of the points is here. One of the points is here. And then we got 6, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. And it would look something like this. Put some arrows on it. And let me bring up my iPad. So I put in those points, and there's what you got there. That's what it looks like. Now, that's it for that one. That's 2 points. This will be 2 points. You've got your points here. You've got your arrow on it. That's fine. So let's look at another one. Okay, this is a piecewise function. So menu 14, let's get rid of this. Now, the most important thing for this one, we're going to make this g of x. So I'm going to make this g of x is you just have to use this key right here to get the 4 boxes. And then inside the boxes, you're going to put the absolute value. Let's see, absolute value of x plus 3. And then I'm going to tab over to the other box, and this is going to be x is less than a -2. And then I'm going to tab down, and this is going to be x squared plus 1. And then we tab over to that last box, and then we're just going to put in the inequality. Less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 2, and then press enter. And there's our graph. So I'm going to take this, move this down. Now, I just need some points on this. I'm going to use both the graph itself, but I'm also going to use menu 51. So I'm going to go menu 51. It's going to start at the, okay, so I know one of the points is going to be, I got 0, 1 here. And then let's see, if I put in, let's put in 2. It says 2, 5. So one of the points that I'm going to have on that first piece. And then let's go over here to a -2. Let's see, which one does it give me? If I do a -2, what is it going to give me? All right, so it says a -2, 5. So that's going to be a -2, 5. Now, let's go over to the right. So if I put in a -3, If I just type in a -3, what do I get? -3. A -30, so that's a 0. And then let's get at least one more point. So let's do a -4 or -5. So that's a -5 too. Like, so I have enough points to graph this. So let me go and do this. I'm going to make this. So one of the points is 0, 1. So 1 goes right here. And then I got 2, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 5. And over here, I also have a point. And then I have a -3, 0. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a point there. And then a -5, 2 is going to be here. Now, the only thing that the calculator, at least the table, doesn't show you is I have to get this little point right here. Right? So I'm putting this point here. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to go off the page. So that's the left-hand side of the piecewise function. And then I'm just going to draw the best quadratic. And that's it. Now, the key for this is the graph is a function. So it has to pass the vertical line test. So if I draw a vertical line right here on one of those boundaries, this has to be open. Otherwise, it would not be a function. So you got to just make sure that this part of the absolute value function has an open circle, because at a -2, there really isn't an output there, because we can't have two outputs for a -2. So this one would be open, this one would be closed, because this one goes with the quadratic piece. But if you were to do this, this would be 2 points. Now, some people are going to be really fussy about that open circle, so you got to put that there. Sometimes they'll take off a point for just not, if you have both of those closed, they're going to take off a point. And since this is only a 2-point question, you got to be careful and make sure you do that. Okay, I'm going to do one more graph because I wanted you to see this. Now, this one has 2 functions. And if you look down below, they want you to state one value of x, where f of x is equal to g of x. So basically, where do these two graphs intersect? That's what this is asking for. So the very first thing we're going to do, let's get rid of this menu 14. It's gone. Now I'm going to press tab. I'm going to put in f of x. And then I'm going to have x squared minus 4x plus 3. And then I press enter. All right, that's the function. I'm going to change that to be red. If I can get to it, I'm going to change it to be red. And I want it red. Boom. And then I'm going to come over here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just get some points off of this. So I'm going to use menu 51. And there's 1 point. That's 0, 3. Let's see. What's another point we can use? Let's see if we can get a 0. Oh, there's 1. 1, 0. That's 1. Let's see if we can get the vertex. What is that? 2, a -1. Those are all good points. Then I come over here. I got 3, 0. Now I can use the symmetry. This right here is got to be 4, 4, 3. So I'm going to go ahead and plot these points. So first one is 0, 3. So that's going to be here. And then it's going to be 1, 0. That's going to be here. The vertex is 2, a -1 right here. The other 0 is 3, 0. And then our other point is this. So I can go ahead and do this, draw the best quadratic I can, put some arrows on it. And the reason I'm putting arrows is you can see clearly that it's going off the screen. Now I'm ready for the next function. So I come in here and I'm going to make this g of x. And then we have, this is going to be a linear. So this is 1 over 2x plus 1, press enter. And all right, so now you can see that there's an intersection. Let's find it. Let's use menu 64. Let's find this one right here. That's one of the intersections. Let's do menu 64 again. And here is another intersection. So we got 2 intersections. I like this one because these are whole numbers. This one has decimals. So I know one of my points is going to be 4, 3. Let's do menu 51 and find at least one more point. Now, in order to get to the other line that I just added, all you have to do is press the up arrow. That'll take you to the other function. If you want to go back, you just press the up arrow again. It'll jump back down to the quadratic. If you want to go back to the linear. So this will take you back and forth. But now that I'm on the linear, I can find a point. Let's see, right here. This is 2. So I'm going to type in 2. And it tells me that the output is 2. So 2, 2. Let's get one more. Let's get the y-intercept. So if I keep going, it tells me that the y-intercept for the line is 0, 1. So that's pretty much all I need for this. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to put those points. So 0, 1, it's one of the points, 2, 2. And then this point, of course, is where they intersect. So now if I take this, that's what you got. That's it right there. That's what your function looks like. Now, we already know that this point right here is where they intersect. So you would say x equals 4. You don't have to put the y coordinate. They're not asking for the y coordinate. And my reasoning is that's where the functions intersect. That's where the functions intersect. That's my reasoning. So that's also where they're equal. Boom. That's it. Now, these questions, they always have at least one graph. Sometimes they have 2, but these should be pretty easy points to get. You just have to make sure you graph the function, enter the function, use the table or use menu 51 to find 3 or 4 points, and then just plot them. All right, I'm going to shut this down.